You were never any good with money. You couldn't even hold a job. Not steady enough for the office, not hard enough for the hard. You'd rather be riding your lord or going fishing with your split cane rod. You were never any good with money. You couldn't even hold a job. When your grammar school days were over, it was 1917, and you did the right and proper thing. You were just 18. You were never mentioned in dispatches. You never mentioned what you did or saw. You were just another keen young man in the mud and stink of war. You were never any good with money. You couldn't even hold a job. Not steady enough for the office, not hard enough for the hard. You'd rather be singing the Pirate King or fishing with your split cane rod. You were
Folks, thanks for all your wishes and support during my left-hand trauma. And for those of you not familiar with the second part of my saga, my implant became infected. I was rushed into a, thank fuck, private hospital in St John's Wood and put on an antibiotic drip. Felt like a fucking king for a few days, but though the infection was contained, it was still remained present. Result? Another operation to remove what turned out to be the source of the infection, the implant. The metal was successfully taken out. Sometimes it can be resistant to removal. But during the surgery, the repaired fractured bone broke again. But a few more weeks of wearing a cast is better than a lifetime of carrying metal. It was beginning to feel like an immovable internal cuff as I got movement back. The eminent hand specialist, Elliot Saurian, carried out the whole business and says chances of a full recovery are good. So they put it in, they took it out, now I can shake it all about. Much happier having it out than in though, I can tell you. So congrats yourselves. You can't hopes and thoughts work, the gauntlet of small purposes, power of positive thinking. Though of course, this could be my Chamberlain moment. I hold in my hand a piece of paper, though, of course, it's decontaminated titanium. Top of the range implant apparently, £1,000. So, what am I bid?
Do you remember the night in September, the two of us laid in the hay? Do you remember the day in December and how we got carried away? If you're in for a penny, you gotta be in for a pound. Ooh. 'Cause over and over you played me that old-fashioned sound. Look around, did you discover that, ooh, I'm a lover, when we took a tumble or two? Were you surprised when
Sorry to go on, but maybe instigating a group mail-out is inadvisable as instigating a fracture, but I misspoke too soon. The cast came off yesterday, but without the metal in the hand is pretty useless. The x-ray shows the fracture is just too big. Fucking painful too. I'm under Saurian's care, which is about as good as it can be gotten. Though, as you probably know, this is not an exact science. When I'm up to it, I think I'm going to have to go back in and get some sort of fixing to mend the big break, because with all the will in the world, it's just not going to come back together. Seeing it on the x-ray is instructive. I can understand the pain. It's my brain straining to bring the two bits of bone back to where they came from. The nurse, Tony, told me some very interesting things about pain. She'd just been to a pain seminar. Coincidentally. Anyway, next time it may not be a spanner, perhaps screws and wires will do the trick. I talked about the coral and plastic possibilities with the doc, but he says a foreign body is a foreign body. I can see his point. False hippie promises be banned. Sorry says there's no rush. We can wait till I'm psychologically ready for operation number 3, but it's sooner rather than later, methinks. Still, I've just been in Naples and saw Salvatore Rosa exhibition, a cosmic happening, my favourite artist, and this is her biggest exhibition ever.